Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of This Week in Elite.
On this episode, we are going to be talking about the top 10 nobodies in AEW.
The top 10 fucking nobodies.
Who even are these people?
This video is a little bit inspired by a comment we got a little bit back on a CM Punk video. It was talking about how, CM Punk left and there's just a bunch of nobodies. So, we raise you, here are the nobodies.
We've each selected 5 people or tag teams, and we've been a little bit selective. We've tried to keep out people that we reckon people outside of the AEW sphere will know. Your Kenny Omegas, your Hangmans, Young Bucks, people that we know people will know.
These are in no particular order. We haven't really structured the actual ranking of these. We've just kind of put a list together, and I think we'll go one for one.
I go first.
Yeah.
I'll start off with the one that I'm probably the least confident that people won't know. If you're someone who was paying attention to the indies in the 2000s, then you probably know this guy. It's Eddie Kingston. He's so me, for real.
Insert clip of him fucking bashing the trash can over his head.
He's so me, for real. I love Eddie Kingston so much. I think that everything that he does, he brings an intensity to it. His promos are so full of emotion. I would say he's probably one of the best promos in AEW when it comes to making you feel like he cares about the things that he's saying. His promo about Jay Lethal on Collision, it took this thing that I really didn't care about, which was Eddie Kingston going up against Jeff Jarrett and then potentially going up against Jay Lethal if he lost, and turned it into something way bigger.
It's the raw emotion.
Exactly. It's the intensity with what he's doing. You feel like it's a slog for him. He's fighting every single second. He doesn't want to lose. He wants to win, and every single thing that he does is in the attempt to get there.
Seeing Eddie Kingston for the first time and then seeing him wrestle is such a fucking whiplash, if you know what I mean. You see him and you're like, this guy's wrestling? What? And then he comes out, the music hits, and you're like, okay, this music kind of slaps. And then you see the pictures of him fucking praying, all this shit, and he's like, hey, I'm New York! And you're like, oh, okay, this guy is a whole city, cool. And he starts fighting, and you're like, holy shit, man, this dude, something is not right up in there, but it works.
Something is not right in the correct way.
Yeah. It's good. Every time I hear Eddie Kingston's music, I'm like, yeah, this shit is gonna slap. Whatever it is, whoever it's against, I'm like, it's just gonna work.
That's the crazy part about it, is Jeff Jarrett, I would say, is the exact opposite of Eddie Kingston, and still that match worked so well for me.
That's an undeniable talent to have on your roster. To just go, put him with maybe literally anyone, and it can work. For fuck's sake, he's putting him with Jeff Jarrett's, right? Yeah. The most carny thing ever, and it's somehow feeling real.
Anyway, your first guy?
I'll do one that I think people probably would know the most. Mr. Orange Cassidy.
Yep.
I don't know what I can say about him. Literally, that international title run was just chef's kiss. It was perfect, and he's doing it again.
He's running it back.
Some shit happened, and he did the SpongeBob thing of want to see me do it again. He's just a cool character. I think he was one of the first guys in AEW that I saw, and I was like, he's pretty cool. I had that, not eureka moment with wrestling, but I was like, okay, the fucking scene in It's Always Sunny where Frank's sitting there and Mac's doing his dance and Frank's like, I get it.
Yeah.
It's me seeing Orange Cassidy wrestle. I'm like, I get it. It's all fake. That was me with seeing Orange Cassidy. I was like, you know what? I get wrestling. I get that it's a silly thing that people watch because, you de-stress. It's simple. Just open my eyes to the different spectrum that wrestling can be. And I feel like anyone who is on the fence about wrestling, if they watch Orange Cassidy, they'll fucking get it. They'll go, oh, this is inherently silly. We had a friend of ours tuning in on a Danielson versus Andrade match. And our friend was like, what's going on? I don't get it. As much as it's good, which we had to sit there and go, well, this is technical wrestling. This is what this means. I guarantee if our friend watched Orange Cassidy, he'd be like, oh, cool. I get it.
Yeah.
And that's why he's a fucking nobody.
Let's switch things up a little bit, and I'm gonna bring forth Aussie Open.
I feel like we're doing a Pokemon or a fucking Magic game where we're like a draft pick. Yeah,
it's a draft.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Aussie Open.
Yeah, Aussie Open. Just a really good tag team. Not done too much in AEW yet, but what they have done has been freaking incredible. Their match with FTR was insane. They're just two very good wrestlers, and they come from a really good country.
Yeah. Especially that Mark Davis guy. He must have been...
That Mark Davis was raised right.
He was from a good city, huh?
Yeah, he was from a really good place.
Carl Fletcher's fine, I guess. Sydney boy, I guess.
Carl Fletcher, whatever, dude. No, both are very good. And Carl Fletcher is, because Mark Davis is injured, is getting a really good chance to show like what he can do by himself. Which, I mean, like, I already knew like Carl Fletcher's a very good wrestler, but like this is sort of opening my eyes to like, like he's like a very good wrestler. Like on the level with some of like the top, like maybe not the top, but some of like the just under the top singles guys.
Yeah, no, I feel like if you split Aussie Open, right, they could both have very prosperous singles career.
Yeah, exactly. Which is what makes them such a good tag team, is that like you could have them both be singles guys and they would do quite well for themselves, and then when they come together, they're honestly better than the sum of their parts. Yeah, Aussie Open, very good tag team. Watch more of them.
All right, I guess I'll go next. And you raised me Aussie Open, I'll raise you the Acclaimed.
Hey, scissor me, daddy ass.
The Acclaimed are so fucking over all the time, every time.
They're impossible not to love.
Seriously impossible not to love. And this whole gimmick, not gimmick right now, but this whole angle of Max Caster being obsessed with MJF is great.
Yep.
It's just good. And they've got this whole like D-Generation X vibe to it, especially because they've got Mr. Ass himself, Billy Gunn. And it's very clear what they're inspiring from. And even a person who didn't watch that at all, I'm like, yeah, this is good. It's good. They've got the edge to them, but like the kiddie edge.
The Adam Copeland to them.
Oh yeah, the Adam Copeland. Oh fuck. But they've got that like kid edgeness, right? The things were like, scissor me, that's funny. The kids will love it, right? And you know, they wear pink. It's very, you know, it's good. They're good. And former tag team world champs, and I know we said we weren't having world champs, but that's specifically the heavyweight world champion tag team. No one pays attention to the tag teams. Come on. And they just have a great fucking energy. And Max recently been getting a lot better at live rapping.
Which, like, he was already fine. Like, it's not like it was bad before, but it's just like now he's hitting some bars and you're going, oh shit. Like,
I solely think it was a feedback issue, like him hearing himself in the stadium. Even when they get rappers on to like sing, like, who'd they have recently?
The guy that did Swerve's entrance.
Yeah. They had that, and he, like, it was okay. But I think it's the feedback of the stadium that they can hear themselves. It fucks with their, like, flow. That makes sense. Me, a white guy, talking about how to rap.
You a white Australian man.
Being like, yes, it fucks with their flow. But that's my theory, and I think they put headphones on him to maybe block that out or something.
All right. Well, from a tag team that has great energy to a solo star that has great energy, Willow Nightingale, just awesome, great, powerful. We love strength, just infectiously positive. When Willow comes out, it is impossible not to have a smile on your face, I feel like.
I'll admit, I was a hater at the start.
That's insane.
I was like just too positive for my liking. Like, I'm like, what is your gimmick? You happy? But then she started wrestling and I was like, all right, maybe you can be happy if you wrestle like that.
Yeah. So, like, her wrestling is great. The Doctor Bomb as a finisher is awesome. It's so good. I love Willow's Doctor Bomb. I love Willow's Pounce. I just think that she's, in general, one of the best women's wrestlers that they have on the roster. She's just like, I don't know what to say. Like, there are some where it's like, I cannot tell you why they're so good, you just have to watch them. And I think that's the case with Willow.
Very much future TBS or Women's World Champion.
Oh, absolutely a future Women's World Champion, and probably also a future TBS champion.
She's already been New Japan Strong's Women's Champion.
Yeah, which wasn't supposed to happen, but I'm glad that she got it.
She shot on Mercedes money.
Yeah.
She absolutely just killed her.
Shot on her. Intentionally, with malice. Really positive, like, character, but, like, as a person, actually, like, a really bad person.
This is all sarcasm and joke, by the way. We don't know Willow personally, so we can't attest to
I'm
that.
sure she's great. I've watched an interview with her, and she sounded pretty cool.
Also, probably you want Willow to be a lifetime babyface.
Yes, lifetime babyface Willow Nightingale.
Alright, so you've got Willow. Let me raise you Miss Chris Statlander. Undeniable, that stat is amazing. Especially now she's done this, like, more than a woman gimmick, because I think the alien gimmick was really hard for TV audiences to get behind. Alien gimmick's fun, Very indies though.
Yes, as much as I liked the alien gimmick.
When she was an alien, I could get behind it. I was like, cool, yeah, I can see past this gimmick, because she was in that Orange Cassidy kind of circle. She still is. So I was like, cool, you know what? I'm just going to suspend all disbelief when I see Orange Cassidy, Statlander, and everything. Now she's gone this more than a woman gimmick, where she's like, hey, I'm strong as fuck. And you believe it, you look at it, and you're like, whew, she's strong.
I love the interviews where she is lifting the interviewer while they're interviewing
It's
her.
so good. It's more please. That's great.
Oh, her little moonsault that she does off of the apron is a thing of beauty. That's a good move. Do that more.
Don't hurt yourself again, please.
But also don't like hurt yourself doing it, but like do that more. Also, the other move of hers that I really like, I don't know if she still does this, but it's sort of the she gets them up into an electric chair drop position and then like just throws them forward so they land on their face. That's awesome. I love that a lot.
All right. Well, who's your next player?
I'm gonna save the best for last.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go with Darby Allin as my next person, and then I'll talk about the best later. Darby Allin is awesome. People love him because he is great. He's got a really good look. The half painted face is always really cool to see.
It's good for kids. Clearly love him because you see every kid at an AEW show has a half painted face as Darby Allin.
There are two people that you see kids at AEW shows dressed up as: Darby Allin and Orange Cassidy.
Yeah.
Darby Allin just throws himself at people. Absolutely insane what he is willing to do. His recent match with Christian, where he goes into the stairs twice, like the steps part of the stairs twice.
Here's the thing, you hear him say in that thing, like, do it, like, or something, like Christian like holds off a bit and Darby's like, do it again. I'm like, fucking hell, dude. Calm down.
Yeah, Darby is willing to go through a lot of pain because he just wants to put on a really good show. Darby is another one of those guys that, like, if you watch him wrestle, you'll just kind of be like, oh, like, yeah, I get why people watch this.
You know, you're just gonna see a guy die.
Yeah. Oh, that one sell that he did with Samoa Joe, where he gets thrown at the ring post, like on the apron, and just like fully spins around the. Jesus I don't know, Christ. Man. There'll be a clip of it in there.
I'm gonna save my not best one till last, but the one I'm gonna have to make most of a case for. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna talk about Mr. Ricky Starks. Ricky Starks. I don't know what to say about him. He's just perfect. He's good as a face, good as a heel. When I was first watching him, he was with Hobbs, and he was a really, really good heel. He was like a great talker. And it was just him and Hobbs should be world champions, not him and Big Bill. But it's fine because he's current tag team world champion now, which I never expected because I always expected him to be either international or TNT. I just thought after Hobbs he wouldn't be back in a tag team. He's definitely had some hiccups with the whole a certain Phil person kind of fucking him over. But we've talked at length about that in another video. If you want to go click on that one after this one. But yeah, no, I think he's just great. He was really, 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 really over as a babyface, and he's doing some good heel work right now because they're putting him up against the right people. He's doing some good heel work, and he just works. He just works. He oozes charisma, man. Like, I don't know what he like showers in or like what kind of soap he uses, but that shit's like laced with some charisma.
People compare him to The Rock a lot. I think that's unfair because I think that it's just that they're both very charismatic. I think, and he looks a little bit like him.
People compare other people to The Rock too much. Like, people compare LA Knight to The Rock, right? And then they compare Ricky Starks to The Rock, right? It's just like anyone who's really charismatic is like, you're just The Rock.
People think that charisma is The Rock. Like,
just have a compilation right now of his spears, please, Mr. Editing Logan.
Yeah. Just while we're talking about this, just me in the future put in all these spears,
and just compare it against like some other spears that are like meh.
Yeah, like here's Adam Copeland's spear, and then here's Ricky Starks' spear.
You know what really rustles people's feathers? Roman Reigns' spear next to Ricky Starks' spear. that'll rustle some people up. But no, Ricky Starks' best spear.
My final one is probably definitely in my top 3 wrestlers that I enjoy seeing is Jamie Hayter. Is just phenomenal. The way that she sells taking cross body, the way that her lariats look, she is an incredible wrestler.
Amazing.
The energy that she brings as she comes out, there's like, it's confidence, like she knows that she can kick ass. It's great. Personally, I would say my favorite women's wrestler of all time, which like might be controversial because I know that there is other very good women's wrestlers, but I don't know, there's just something about Jamie.
There's just something about Jamie. Yeah, she's great.
It's really upsetting that she had to have her title run cut short to go heal up from an injury. It's really upsetting that she wasn't able to make it back in time for All In, but hopefully, fingers crossed, next year at All In, massive hometown pop. And fingers crossed, I'll be there.
Oh shit, fingers crossed. Fucking fingers crossed we'll be there.
Fingers crossed.
As soon as you showed me Jamie, I was just like, fuck, this is women's wrestling. This is it. It's good. She's just, I think she got trapped into the bit of selling too well. Like because she sells really fucking well. She got trapped in that little like hellscape of like, oh, you sell really well? Cool, we'll have everyone beat down on you because you can sell it really well.
Yeah, I mean, she was trapped for a long time as like the heater to Britt, where like it was very clear that Britt was the person that was the star and Jamie Hayter was there to protect her. For a long time, it was the case that like Jamie would go in there, get beat up for a long time, and then Britt would come in and not get beat up.
Yeah, and for us, it was very frustrating to watch, because while Britt is a good wrestler, we like Jamie more.
She's supposed to be like this powerhouse, and at the time, Britt was supposed to be a chicken shit heel. So like, it just didn't make sense that like the chicken shit heel was never having any problems, but then for some reason, she hired this heater, but then the heater turns out to be like a bumbling idiot that can't win a match. Like,
yeah, it was very, very frustrating for us to watch, because yeah, we were huge Jamie Hayter marks. That's even before, still are. She can do no wrong, and yeah, we were just getting frustrated watching that. And then they finally made her champion, and we're like, fucking finally. Then she gets injured, and we cried for like probably like 10 days straight, I would say, you know.
Yeah, I would say there was definitely a mourning period. I wore nothing but black for probably 3 months. Yeah, I'm just sort of slowly leaving the depression phase that I was in. No, it still hurts to think about, but I'm getting through it.
Okay, is that all we have to talk about, Miss Hayter?
I think so.
Last but not least, I have to make the biggest case for this one. Mr. Wheeler Yuta, as Jim Ross says.
Wheeler Yuta?
Anyone who watches AEW is probably going, what the fuck, man? What are you on? He's not that good. He's not that good. Hear me out. He's the best fucking wrestler on that roster, and you know it. No, personally for me, for Wheeler Yuta, I saw him when he was with Orange Cassidy, and this is when I was kind of new into wrestling, and I didn't know that much, but I looked at Wheeler Yuta and I was like, I think this guy can be something really, really good. And you know what? Now he's with the BCC. They're treating him somewhat good, but like it was before he was like not getting much crowd reaction, and then there was like a little period when he joined the BCC where people were giving him like really good reactions. Like there was a period there where he was like really hot, but they didn't do anything that much. They still did stuff, but they didn't like give him more matches on his own to like strike. But there was like a small period there where he was like, fucking white hot, and they didn't do anything, which was really annoying. And like he's just getting better and better every time I watch him. Like in his gimmicks, in his like just general like charisma, in his promos, he is just getting better and better. And there'll be a time where he'll be not with the BCC and he'll be on his own and he'll be gunning for world titles, and people will be like, okay, yeah, no, I see like him winning, and then he will win, and it'll be the happiest day of my life. I'll feel like a proud dad.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think Wheeler Yuta has like unending potential, and he is absolutely getting better every time that you see him. I really liked his little shit phase when the BCC went heel. I thought that was great. Little shit heel Wheeler Yuta was great. I don't know that I'd put him on this list, but I agree that he has a lot of potential.
He's probably the most quote-unquote nobody on this list.
Yeah, I would say that he is the biggest nobody that we've listed.
Full transparency, we're using nobodies in like a sense of like...
We're not trying to degrade these people.
Yeah, we're not trying to degrade these wrestlers. By calling them nobodies, we're saying nobodies as a perspective of someone who doesn't watch the product. That's our list of top 10 AEW nobodies. Yeah, if you feel like we've missed out on anyone, please put it in the comments. Put maybe your reasoning for why you think they should have been on the list. This list is completely subjective.
No, it's objective. This is an objective list. Our opinions are correct every single time we state them.
Thank you for watching This Week in Elite, and we'll catch you next time
on This Week in Elite.